Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, and I'm taking care of business. Joining me today is Ernie Tsu, who is president of the Alberta Hospitality Association, also owner of Trolley here in Calgary. Ernie, it's been a couple of days since the provincial government in Alberta lifted a number of health restrictions that had been in place. Tell me how the restaurant and pub industry have responded so far to those new measures.
Well, I mean, it's a big show of positive force right now to be able to have tables of over 10 that don't have to remain to be seated. People can now socialize and mix and mingle again, which is what our industry is about. And then number two is for the local pubs and live music venues that are open right till 2 a.m., this gives them the ability to have their musicians at 100%, DJs are back and play at 100%, and the move to normality is back to 100%. So it's a great positive feel in our industry right now.
I know a lot of people focus on the mask thing, and the lifting of that. But from a perspective of the industry that you're in, what were the more important changes and the lifting of restrictions that will have more impact for you guys than say just the masks thing?
Well, the largest impacts right now is the lifting of the curfew. The liquor curfew, that last call was ending up at no alcohol service after 11 o'clock p.m. And then again is the ability to book functions and bookings in again, where, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a, live music concert that, now you can have 200 people dancing, moving, mixing and mingling, and being able to be in an atmosphere that our industry, quite frankly, this is what we do. We love to provide those atmospheres.
So what has it been? What's your experience been, Ernie, in the last 2 or 3 days here now? Are many people still wearing masks as they come into the establishments?
Well, we haven't seen in our location here, we've seen, a very, very few amount of people, but hey, we support that. We support that, whether it's a staff member or a customer that still feels like they want to protect themselves and be safe wearing masks. But, we have not seen very many masks since the lifting of the mask restriction.
Okay, super. Then, now that you're back at sort of full capacity in terms of being able to operate your business, what's the labor situation like for you guys? Have you been hiring a lot, and if you're looking to hire, is it tough to find people?
Well, we've been pretty blessed here. Our staff was patient, and now we're able to get them full-time hours. For the rest of the industry, and I would let everybody know this, especially our university students out there that need to make some extra money and have a passion behind our industry. Everybody's hiring right now. Spring patio season is right around the corner. So our industry provides so much with flexible schedules, as well as being able to work around, university papers, or this is a good chance for everyone to get out there and start looking.
Okay. Do you get the sense, Ernie, that we're finally back to pre 2020, March 2020?
No, I mean, for the hospitality industry across the province, this is going to take over 2 years to get back to normal. And when I say back to normal, I'm talking about financially. We're unfortunately going to see some more closures in the Edmonton area. There have been some restaurants in Calgary that were barely hanging on, and we're hopeful that they can make it through now that all of the restrictions have been lifted. And then, of course, our live music venues and nightclubs that have been really, really taken aback in the last 2 years during these restrictions. Our hope is that normalcy for them can happen a lot faster, and that it's not going to be, a 28-month recovery path for them to get back to breaking even.
What about the consumers? Have they been flocking to the restaurants and pubs, or there's still an element out there that are kind of hesitant to still go out?
We've seen, from talking to restaurants across the province, it's looking like we've seen more of an uptick in walk-in service for sure across the province, and a positive walk-in service, like positive energy, just good to be out again. But the more important part is we've been seeing a large influx of bookings starting to come back into restaurants, private bookings, corporate bookings, weddings, events, right? And those locations with private spaces or semi-private spaces, now we're seeing an uptick, which is fantastic.
Well, it's going to be an interesting time, right? Because I think it was yesterday or the day before, I heard that it looks like the Stampede Parade is going to be back on.
It's on at 100%. Yeah.
And so, I imagine there's so much pent up demand for corporate bookings for Stampede Week. It's going to be pretty crazy in the sense of being busy come July.
I mean, hopefully, we saw the government's plan. Step one is to increase the ICU capacity right now. And if they can get that done fairly quick, before, I would say, June 1st, I think we'll probably see one of the most vibrant and best Stampedes in the last 12 years.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then, of course, all the other stuff with graduations and weddings. So,
and how great is it going to be for the mental health of those high school students to be able to celebrate a full grad? Like that's going to be very crucial. Yeah.
Yeah, instead of having some drive-through thing at the front of the front of the doors, right? And get your diploma or whatever and go.
Yeah, by yourself. Yeah.
All right, super. Well, thanks, Ernie, for joining us again today.
Cheers. Thanks so much, Mario.
All right, that was Ernie Tsu, president of the Alberta Hospitality Association, also owner of Trolley 5 in Calgary. I'm Mario Toneguzzi. This has been Taking Care of Business. Thanks for joining us today.